In this video, I'm going to show you how to get set up on Phemex and what the platform offers. On Phemex, we can trade crypto futures, but also just buy and hold crypto in the spot market as well. And then on the platform, you can actually lend out USDT and Bitcoin for some extra passive income. If you have those in your account anyway, you might as well. Phemex offers fairly low trading fees, fee rebates if you want to trade futures. That's where they actually pay you money to trade on the system. And they have very good sign-up offers and deposit bonuses as well all of the time. So I'll leave the link in the description so you can go through and see what deposit and sign-up offers they have at the time that you're watching this video. Timestamps for everything are in the video description as always. Firstly, let's just come to the platform. I'm going to assume that you know how to sign up and put your email address in. That's all you need. Once you've done that, come to the platform. You can see I've got some assets on here, but I'm going to come over to my account and then just come to my settings because we need to get this set up first. You can set up the settings and then come to security, which is the important thing. Set up Google Authenticator on your phone. So you can see on the right-hand side, it says bind. Click bind, and then it will show you a QR code. Download Google Authenticator on your phone, scan that QR code, and then it will come up with a 6-digit PIN. That will be used to deposit, withdraw, and do everything else important on the platform. So even if your account gets hacked, they won't be able to withdraw any of your crypto. So that's really important, getting that set up. Next, just with this brief overview, something different on Phemex is called Phemex Premium. You don't have to do this, but essentially what you can do is actually pay a yearly subscription and then not pay trading fees in the spot market. So what you can see is standard users pay 0.1% as a trading fee in the spot market. In the futures market, which they call contract, you can see you pay 0.075 if you're a taker. And if you put orders onto the order book, we'll get onto that later, they actually rebate you 0.025%. So they'll give you that as like a rebate and a bonus. And that's the same no matter what you have, if you have a free account or a paid subscription. If you are a premium user, essentially what you do is just pay $70 a year, and then you pay no spot market trading fees. So you can see down here that if you're a full premium user, you basically don't get any trading fees. So 0 trading fees for web and app. So what this means really with $70 is if you're trading $70,000 a year or above in the spot market, this is good value. If you're trading under that, this is not good value. You'd rather just pay the 0.1% as a trading fee. So you may or may not want to go for that. Next up is the welcome bonuses. Like I said, that link I think gets you a $100 bonus, and then you have all these other bonuses for just signing up and coming around. The next thing I want to highlight, so kind of different on Phemex, is actually you can trade basically on paper. So you have this learn platform, you can come to this, and then you can come to markets and products and everything like that. If you come to simulated trading, it will actually put you over to what they call the test net. So you actually have to log in and register for the test net as well, but you can go through and actually trade. So if we put trade BTC, it will take you through to the screen and you can essentially paper trade and see if you like the system or not. Next thing I want to do is deposit some cryptocurrency onto the platform to go ahead and trade. And you can deposit a few different cryptos very easily. So come to the main page, it's actually right here, just deposit. We'll get onto buying crypto in a second, but you can come over to your assets as well and then just click deposit. Takes you through to the same screen. Defaults to Bitcoin for some reason. I wouldn't suggest kind of putting Bitcoin in because it would take a bit on the Bitcoin network. You can actually choose US dollar tether, and then you can click deposit right here. And what's going to happen, it's going to give you an address to deposit it to. You can use the Tron network or Ethereum mainnet network. You can see they have different addresses. Ethereum's super expensive, so you can use Tron if that is supported. So I'm going to copy network right here, go over to my Binance and just put that address in, paste that in, and then send over some US dollar tether, go through that, and that will come back into your Tron network address. You have to make sure that you're sending and receiving on the same network. So that'd be TRC20, Tron, or you can use ERC20 if you want, if Tron isn't supported in the other wallet that you're using. Buying crypto on the platform really has two main ways. One is depositing money from your bank account. The other is buying with a card. Depending where you live in the world, you're not going to be able to use a bank transfer. And actually, anyway, Phemex use a third party for this. a peer-to-peer kind of over-the-counter sort of thing, which a lot of people just aren't going to want to do. So if you come to buy crypto with bank transfer, what happens actually is that they use a third-party provider. It's called Legend Trading. And what's going to happen is essentially you have to bank transfer in some dollars, and then they will give you some cryptocurrency and actually send that into your Phemex account. For me, this is not available in my region, and most Western-ish countries, they won't allow for this. But if it is in your region, you can come to OTC account status, turn it on, and then come and put in an amount like this, 1,000, request a quote, and then what you'll have to do is put some dollars, as you can see, US dollars, over to Legend Trading's account, and then eventually, after a while, they'll actually forward that over to your Phemex account. The second way is just to buy crypto directly on the platform with a card, like most other platforms. So you can come up to buy crypto in the top left, buy crypto with credit card. You can use a debit card, I think, as well. Visa and MasterCard are supported. You can see Simplex, MoonPay here. So these are like massive ones that, are supported in most wallets. These are not Phemex. So what will happen is you will come up here and say, I want to spend $100. Do you want to receive Bitcoin or do you want to receive US dollar Tether? You can see these change. You'll spend $100 on your card, and then that will deposit into your Phemex account as well. Simplex is not Phemex, so you'll actually go through to buy. It will take you through to the Simplex site, and then you'll have to sign up essentially and put your card details in, and then wait a while for them to send that crypto down into your Phemex account. The next thing we can do is actually go ahead and trade it in the spot market. So this is where you just buy and hold cryptocurrency. And the way that we can do that is coming over to our assets just to check our spot wallet first. So come to spot wallet down here. You can see the three different types of wallet that you have in Phemex. So you have spot trading, which is cash settled. You have contract trading, which is futures. And then you have the investment account, which is where you can lend out some of the cryptos in there. So you can see all of your balances here. And then you can, deposit and withdraw them very easily to other exchanges or wallets. If you want to earn on them, if that is an option, you can see US dollar Tether and Bitcoin are, that will take you through to the investment account. So we can come up to spot in the top and start trading this. So we want to go to spot trading right here. It will take us through to the spot trading screen, and I'll show you how this works. The first thing is, if you are brand new to Phemex, it probably won't look like this. I've actually changed around the layout because this is how I prefer the layout. It's how I've traded for years. So you can actually just drag and drop and then rearrange, where all of these screens are to suit you. Phemex actually have this mirrored, and that's not what I prefer. So I just kind of put it back to the way that most trading screens are. So let's go through this whole screen. First, we can see the chart. And this will change depending on the market that you select. So you can select the market up here. You can see spot. Make sure you're in the spot market. Contract is futures. They're different. But if you have no balances in that account anyway, you won't be able to trade it. You can see it though. So we're on spot right here. And you can see Bitcoin, US dollar Tether. So that's the main market. You also have Ethereum and Solana. So we'll just click Ethereum. You can see the chart will change. And then we can see this chart right here. Up in the top, you can see the current price for this trading pair, the 24-hour change, and some key levels that have happened over the last day or so. So we have the chart right here, which I'll get onto in a second. And then we have the order book. The order book is really important to obviously see where the trade is. So down here, we have buyers known as bidders. These are bids. And then we have sellers up here, and these are known as offers or the ask if you're in America. Place order on the right-hand side, and then the recent trades that are going through. So these are actually traded in the market, and you can see them all here. And then down here, we have active orders if we have any. If you do want to know more about trading and reading charts, I've got a few videos on that. So you can check the trading playlist on the channel. I also have a trading course, a crypto investment course. I'll link that in the description if you want to actually, go ahead and kind of learn way more and get in depth. But we'll go through the chart right here. So this is provided by TradingView. This is very good. It's pretty much what every top exchange uses. And you can see the candlestick chart. You can change this to a line chart if you want. And you can change the layout exactly as you wish. And then we have some indicators and some drawings on the left-hand side. So a drawing is when you can add some trend lines onto the chart. So we'll just draw this trend line right here. in terms of a level of support. I'll just change the color to yellow and change the thickness right here. So you can kind of draw on as you wish, and there's many more things you can do right here. And in terms of indicators, TradingView, are an industry standard. So it has everything that every other platform has. Come to moving averages like this. So we'll click that on moving average. We can change the settings right here to maybe a 20 period average. Change the style maybe, and we'll change that to probably purple. Come out of there, press OK, and then you can see that on the chart. So we have this moving average right here, and you can see. So if you do want to know more about technical analysis and everything like that, as I said, those videos are on the channel, so you can look at that playlist. What we want to do though is actually put in a limit order. So we'll come over, and there are two types of orders. There's limit and market. Market is where you do not choose the price that you pay, you just choose the amount that you buy. And I can see I'm actually in the ETH market, US dollar tether ETH market right here. So how much do you actually want to buy? So you can use 25.50. What this means is it will use 25% of your balance in US dollar tether. So you can see that I just pressed that. So I've got an available balance of $70. So I'm using, let's say 50% of it. You can see this changes. That's how much ETH that I would actually be buying. Then we can click on buy. And because this is a market order, it just goes through straight away. So that would lift this price right here on the offer, and we would get that. Very simple, but you're paying a little bit more. So what we can do is put in a limit order. A limit order is when you choose the price that you pay. You can see that right here, and then the amount that you want to pay and the amount that you want to trade. So what I'm going to do is put in a limit order right here of 3,500, and you can see that's way below the current price, so we can't trade, but we can put it in the system. So what I'm going to do is just trade 50% of my US dollar tether. Cost, you can see $35 right here. So I'm actually going to put this limit order in right now. Good till cancelled. That means it's going to stay in the system until I physically cancel it. You can click this confirmation off if you want to trade quicker. Click confirm. That will go through, and then what you can see is my limit order is now down here working for me. So it's active, and you can see that I'm a buyer of ETH, and my order price is 3,500. That is somewhere way down on the order book below all of this, but that's working for us in the system. And if the price gets there, then it will go through. You can cancel this or all of them. So I've just canceled that right there, and then you can see remove. So that would be our limit order. So that is how you would enter market and limit orders, buy, and exactly the same for sell on the other side. Now we can come to trading futures and what they call contracts and getting set up there. So it's a little bit different to some other platforms. You can either use Bitcoin if you want to trade Bitcoin as collateral, or you can actually use US dollars, and you have to switch that into dollars. So come over to contract trading accounts, and you can see there's basically a couple of assets that you can put on account as collateral: Bitcoin, Ethereum, or US dollar. US dollar is a little bit different in that basically you can't deposit in actual US dollars into this account, but what you can do is deposit in Bitcoin and then transfer it into US dollar. So it's a little bit different. So the first thing we need to do is press transfer in or transfer out. So I'm going to click transfer in. Now what you have to do is transfer in US dollar, Bitcoin or Ethereum from your spot wallet into your contract account. The way that you can do that is actually going through and getting dollars in the first place. So you can see this convert feature right here. Go to convert. If we come out of this screen, you can also see up at the top, they have spot and they have convert. Convert is where you use cryptocurrencies and convert them into what they call US dollar, so actual US dollars. And they're on their system. So you can use that convert feature or come into your account right here and then click transfer in. So what we need is actually, let's say we have some Bitcoin that we want to transfer in. That would be in our spot wallet, and that would go over into our contract account. We can choose the amount and press confirm. This is an internal transfer, so you're not going to pay anything or lose anything. If you actually want US dollars to go ahead and trade and have that as collateral, which most people do, click on convert. And then you can, convert your US dollar tether, like $20. You can convert that to what they call US dollars, and you can see the conversion rate. Click get quotation, and that will go through and convert that into what they call USD on the platform, which is what you can use as collateral to go ahead and trade futures. So once you've done that, come out, you will have a balance of USD in your contract trading account, or you can have Bitcoin and Ethereum if you want to use those as collateral as well. So once you've chosen the collateral that you want to use for trading futures, most people use US dollars, like I said, because it's more stable as collateral rather than Bitcoin and Ethereum, which could fluctuate, and you might get in a tiz with reducing prices. We can come over to the contract trading screen. So what you can do, firstly, yours will be mirrored. So I've gone over to the settings here and I've just mirrored this out again. So you can see settings, you can switch the layout, and we've gone through the trading screen, but we want to come up to select market. So it's really important to choose between US dollar perpetual or inverse perpetual. US dollar perpetual futures are a synthetic contract that you trade and never expire, hence perpetual. And we can see that basically this is USD funded. So you can see USD margin here. So this is US dollar margin markets. If you want to use Bitcoin or Ethereum, you can see only these two options are supported, and you can actually use Bitcoin or Ethereum to trade. So USD perpetual is where you use US dollars to fund all of your positions. So let's do ETH US dollar, and then we have that market here. The big difference between trading in the futures market and the spot market is that you're trading synthetic contracts, and the way it works is you put, let's say, $1,000 on account, and then they will just let you trade a certain amount of open positions for that. One of the main things that you need to know is about funding. So if we come down to the right-hand side, you can see funding rate right here. If you go long futures, you have to pay this funding rate. If you go short futures, you receive this funding rate. Funding is paid every 8 hours, and so there are 3 funding exchanges each day, and you pay 0.01% of the position size that you have. That works out at 0.03 per day. If you annualize that, it's around 10% or so. So if you are going long futures, you have to just bear in mind that 10% of your position, if you have it open for a year, that's an annual rate that you're paying. If you're going short, you get this. Just an extra that you might want to be aware of when trading in the futures market. Next up, I'm going to cover using leverage, which Phemex let you do in the futures market. So with leverage, they let you open much more position than you actually have. So let's say you put $1,000 on account and you trade on 10 times leverage, your positions can have a value of 10,000. What that means is that if the price falls 10%, your initial thousands completely wiped out. If it goes up 10%, you make 1,000 and you double your money. So that's leverage, right? So more to the upside, way more to the downside, riskier. You use at your peril, and no advice here. But there's really 2 different ways that we can use leverage. The first is cross, and the other is isolated. A little bit different on Phemex is that they don't let you choose how much leverage you use for cross and isolated. What we can see here is cross. That means that if you have $10,000 of USD on your account, that will be used to fund all of your different trades. If you have an open position in Bitcoin, one in Ethereum, one in Polkadot or ADA or whatever, that 10,000 will be used to fund all of those different positions together. Once you just click this off and go to 1x, this is when you start using isolated margin. Isolated margin takes a certain amount of your dollars and segregates each position individually. So if you have a position in Bitcoin and one in Ethereum, you might put $5,000 into each of those positions that funds those positions. If one goes south, the other one isn't affected. So you can choose the amount of leverage that you have right here. As soon as you click off cross, you're using isolated margin. So that is how you would leverage up and use margin on your trades, either cross or isolated. Futures are really used for trading in the short and medium term and taking shorter term bets rather than investing, because you need to pay those futures funding fees. So they're not suitable for long-term bets, but for short-term trading. So in this respect, I would use some technical analysis to give myself some areas on the chart, just to tell me where my risk will be and to kind of mitigate my risk. The first one is just to simply put a level of support or resistance on there. So what you can see now is that the previous level of support is down here. So we draw this on the chart. So this is where the chart actually came to and settled last time. So this for me would be an area of support, and you can see areas of resistance as well. So actually what's happening is we're seeing kind of a down move right here. So this would be something where I'd say, okay, 37.60, something like that. I'd probably want to put some stop losses in this place, because if we drop below here, then it looks like we're continuing this downtrend. So that would be the first thing to do, is to look for the most recent level of support to kind of understand where a trade may be. So I'm just going to leave that on the system for now. Something else that you may want to use is something called ATR. So we're going to go to indicators right here. ATR, which is average true range. Going to click on that. Now, average true range is basically tells you the largest possible move for a time period in an amount. And you can see this tracking here. So it tells you how volatile the price is recently compared to what it was in the past. The average true range, or the ATR, is telling me that the largest intraday move, I'm using a day chart here, as you can see, the largest one-day move for Ethereum, based on what's happened in the past few days and weeks, is around $300. So again, if you're trading at 4,000, then you may want to put a stop loss at 3,700 or a little bit lower, just away from that. So again, 3,700 would be, let's say, around about here, which coincidentally is around the support anyway that we saw on the chart. So that's a couple of ways to mitigate your risk. Next thing we can do is enter orders with a take profit and a stop loss, which I think is important when trading futures because of the risk involved. So what we can come and do is input the order. So we want a limit order. Let's say we're going long here. We can just click on this price and it will populate that price for us to get a limit. And then the quantity. So one is, when you put one in here, that's actually what's called a lot. And we can come down here and see this. So we have each contract size is 0.005 ETH. So you actually can't see that, it's below me, you can see it there. This is known in the business as a lot. So you can trade one lot, which is 0.005, or you can trade 100 lots, which would be 0.5. So you can choose that, 10 lots, 100 lots, whatever that is, what you can work it out to how much you want to trade. Or you can just have this slider, and how many US dollars that you have, you can trade that amount. You can buy long if you want here. You can see the cost. So it's going to cost me $10 to fund this position of 10 lots, which is 0.05 Ethereum. And then what you want to do is click bracket order on here to put your stop loss and take profit in. So you can actually put a take profit 2,000 ticks away, or you can just put, limit or market, right? So that's really important to put either a limit or a market in. You can see limit here. And then order type for stop loss. You can see that here. Again, 2,000 ticks is the most away. So that equals around $100. So what you're saying is $100 loss or profit when you put the order in. And that will essentially put 3 orders in for you. Your limit order to buy and go long, a sell order above your price, and a sell order below your price. That takes your stop loss and your take profit. Once you've entered that, what you can actually do on the system is you will see these orders here. You'll see your order on the screen, and you can actually drag and drop and change the level of your take profit and stop loss. You don't need take profit and stop loss, but just to mitigate some of the risk, especially when trading on leverage, you might want to use a stop loss just to say that's the most I can lose. And the last thing is earning crypto and using the Earn platform on Phemex. If you have USDT or Bitcoin in your account anywhere and it's sitting there waiting to do something, you can come and earn passive income on that. So come to the Earn screen and then start earning. There's 2 different types. There's flexible and then there's fixed. So flexible, you can see USDT is paying me 6% APY. Just transfer that in. It's an internal transfer. You can transfer it from your spot wallet into your investment account. Click max here, click confirm, and that will be transferred in and earning you 6% as an annual rate. You can leave it in there. That may change, or you can lock it up for 7 days and get a little bit of a higher rate. USDT and Bitcoin are supported for now. No other cryptos are supported yet, but they may add these in the future. So that's really the basics of getting set up on Phemex, trading spot futures and lending out some crypto. If you want to go ahead and use Phemex, the link is in the description. You can get some deposit bonuses and other bonuses and sign up and get started right away just with your email address. I'm James with MoneyZG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.